And for more, we can cross to the West Bank city of Ramallah. Mustafa Tamaizeh is the spokesperson for the charity Oxfam. Thank you for speaking with us here on France 24.
Thank you for having me.
First off, the mood in the West Bank right now, as you heard our correspondent saying, is this waiting game going on?
Well, the mood is everywhere. Actually, is really bad, and people are nervous seeing the photos coming out from Gaza. And even yes, the situation in West Bank is different, but since last Saturday, there are over 50 Palestinians were killed in West Bank, including the occupied East Jerusalem, and tens of people were arrested by the Israelis. Full closure, so movement between cities and towns in West Bank is imposed by the Israelis. So it is tense, and the mood here is people have nervous to what's mainly happening and ongoing in Gaza.
Your remit at Oxfam, Mustafa, is food security, and when you see hear about the latest inside of Gaza, particularly with that border with Egypt closed, what can you tell us?
Well, Gaza, even before this escalation, the best scenario, they have like 12 hours per day electricity. They have shortage in water. They have shortage in medicine supply. So, and after this escalation since Saturday until nowadays, the Israelis decided to cut off the electricity and the water and any other essential supply, including food and non-food items, medicine items. And now with the closure from Egypt, that even make the situation worse. The situation is already catastrophic situations. I've been in contact with my colleagues and different people in Gaza all the day. People run out of water. There is no electricity. People don't find enough food. And when it comes even to the hospital, even worse and worse. The hospital already overwhelmed. They have no capacity, they have no electricity, they only use generators, and the fuel is running out soon, will be running out soon. With this high number of injured people, who close to 10,000 people injured, that make even the situation is worse and worse. So Oxfam is calling the international community to stop this catastrophe immediately. There need to be a ceasefire now and allow the humanitarian workers to go in. Oxfam and other humanitarian actors, they have suspended their work because simply there is no space safe in Gaza. So we can't work there. We will risk our lives. So that's why no one working on the ground now. As there is no electricity, the sewage goes now raw into the sea, which that cause different type of diseases for a human and for animal life and the sea life and so on. So the situation is really difficult and it's almost impossible to live there. So it is needed for an immediate action for the international community to stop this catastrophic situation.
Mustafa Tamaizeh, please stay with us because I want to play some of the diplomatic reaction we've been getting in the last hours. Israel has the right, I'm reading a statement here, Israel has the right to defend itself, but always within the limits of international humanitarian law. Those are the words of Spain's Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, Germany's Foreign Minister stating that, quote, in the fight against Hamas, highest regard must be placed on the humanitarian situation of innocent women, children, and men. And in the latest leg of U.S. Secretary of State's regional tour in Saudi Arabia, Antony Blinken stating also his comments when it came to the situation in Gaza. Let's listen.
As Israel pursues its legitimate right to defending its people and to trying to assure that this never happens again, it is vitally important that all of us look out for civilians. None of us want to see suffering by civilians on any side, whether it's in Israel, whether it's in Gaza, whether it's anywhere else.
Mustafa Tamaizeh, this is the U.S.'s top diplomat. Is that the right language to be using?
Well, it is the right language, but it's beyond the right language. When it comes to the practice, that's what's important. As a humanitarian organization, when from our presence on the ground, we are seeing something really different. People are dying. I can tell you over 50 Palestinian families so far in Gaza, totally erased from the registration. They are not, totally killed, and they are civilians. So it's okay, but we need more like political pressure for immediate ceasefire and to allow for immediate need supplies like medical supplies, like food, water, and also to evacuate those people who injured and there is no enough treatment in the hospitals in Gaza to go out to Egypt or to go out to West Bank for treatments. So Israel is obliged by the international law. We believe that this kind of full siege on Gaza and cut off electricity and water and these basic rights, that against the international humanitarian law. And we also argue the United Nations General Secretariat to come in an urgent and immediate visit to Israel with other officials from the UN to pressure Israel to stop this catastrophic situation. It is unbelievable what's going in Gaza. If there is no immediate action, I'm telling you, the entire world will regret that 2.2 million are being, under collective punishment, collective killing, and to ask like half of the Gaza Strip to leave within 24 hours and to leave where? Even those people already started moving from the northern part to the southern part where it's supposed to be safer places. They hit by Israeli strikes and minimum over than 140 people were killed after they moved from the north to the south. And even the schools who are being used now as shelter, they also are not safe. So it is by the international law, Israel need to identify safer places like the UN building. There is shelters for people at least to be safe, and allow the international humanitarian workers and local humanitarian workers to give the basic needs and to meet the human basic needs in Gaza.
Mustafa Tamaizeh, many thanks for joining us live there. Mustafa Tamaizeh of Oxfam.
Thank you very much.